Hiss power. He's so awesome. Oh yeah. I'm King Hiss. I'm the king of the Snake Man. I'm King Hiss. King Hiss. King Hiss.
I love that jam.
I know, right? It's a good song.
So that's the new King Hiss, huh?
Yeah, it's totally the new King Hiss figure.
So how is he? Is he nice?
He's perfect.
Perfect.
He's absolutely perfect. He's awesome. There's nothing wrong with him whatsoever. He's
Can
perfect.
I see him?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, he's cool.
Wow, that looks pretty nice. And oh, well, the shoulders are on backwards, but
No.
you know, I mean, otherwise.
What?
Well, obviously, I mean, take a look at them. Obviously, you can see that they're on backwards.
Those aren't backwards. Nope, you're wrong.
Yeah, no,
They're
I mean,
good.
this part's a little higher up than that part, so you can tell that it was supposed to go the other way.
You're hilarious, dude. No, they're fine.
I mean, they've done that a couple times before with He-Man figures.
No, they haven't.
Yes, it's happened.
They have never messed the shoulders
up.
up.
There's Roboto, of course, was
What?
that way. There was a He-Man. I think the original release of He-Man.
No, look,
on backwards.
Mattel would not mess up that, but these
well,
are not
no, they
backwards.
said last time it wouldn't happen again, but it happened again. So
Dirt, look, I'm obviously the expert. I would notice something like backward shoulders, okay? They're fine. They're fine. Don't even worry about it.
So you're the expert on toys?
Yeah, I'm totally the expert on toys. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have another review I need to get going on. So.
Oh, you're going to do Transformers.
What?
People love Transformers.
No,
They're telling us they want Transformers reviews on our website.
I'm not going to review this. This was just sitting here on the table. I don't even know why we have this in the store.
But people like Transformers.
No,
it's a big toy.
Nobody likes Transformers.
A lot of people like Transformers.
Not even a little. Who likes Transformers?
There are whole website communities that are just built around Transformers.
Saying that you like Transformers is like somebody saying that they like dolls. I mean, come on. Nobody likes Transformers. These are stupid.
There are people that like... I will assure you, there are at least 4 or 5 people in the universe that like Transformers.
Like, you don't even know what you're talking about. You do not know anything about toys. I'm not sure you should even be working on this site because you don't know anything. Nobody likes Transformers. I mean, it's not like they're GoBots. I mean, come on, dude.
GoBots had their position in the marketplace, I will give you that, but Transformers was obviously the more popular line.
Whatever, dude. I know what I'm talking about, okay?
Look, next thing you're going to tell me is that nobody likes Muppets toys. That no one would like to see a review of Muppets toys, and Palisades Muppet toys aren't worth anything.
Whoa. First of all, I would never do a Muppets toy review.
Why?
Because puppets are stupid.
Well, all right, listen. I came over here anyway because I was trying to find my necktie. I have to do the news desk over there. I can't find my tie.
My bad, dude. Your tie sucked, so I cut it up and I burned it. It was assembled wrong. I threw it in the lake.
What?
You don't need a tie.
No,
it was manufactured incorrectly.
On King Hiss
no,
telling me that the tie was
I'm the expert. I'm the toy expert.
You are a big jerk.
No,
you're jerky jerk.
What? What's? Oh, there are 2 knives in my back. Well, that must have been why I was so stressed. I feel way better now.
Stein jerking BJ and the Jerky Bear and what's... Oh, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of the News Desk here at That New Toy Smell. We've got some news, some rumors, some scoops, so make sure you check it out. Our first thing here, C2E2, we overheard a conversation about Voltron. That's right, Voltron. All 5 Lions are set to be released at possibly a price point of $30 a piece. They will be a mix of metal and plastic, and they will have open cockpits that you can actually put the pilots into. Then all 5 robots, of course, can combine in order to form Voltron. And then there's no word on whether or not they will magically form his blazing sword, but we're assuming that will also be an accessory sold with the set. And another new... Wait, what? What, we're doing deliveries now, right in the middle of the show? Okay, what is... Oh! This is it! It's here! Oh, Green Lantern early bird figures are arriving! This is the Toys R Us exclusive, the one they canceled. And then they resubmitted the orders for, and I had to order it twice in order to get this once. Check it out. We've got our Infinite Heroes style Green Lantern figure. Woo-hoo-hoo! And there's even the ring. They're right down there, the little metal ring. Mwah. I love you, Infinite Hero style action figures. Oh, right, you guys. Back to you later. I don't know. What else were we talking about? There's some other news and notes. Let me grab here. A little excited. They're a little unprofessional. I apologize. The Faceless One, Masters of the Universe Classics, has gotten a repaint. He was on display at C2E2 this past weekend, and he had a slightly different look. The inside of his hood was painted black, and there was more black around his eyes, making him look more like the character in the cartoon. Now, there are some who say this is great, because Mattel is listening and giving fans what they want. But most of us here tend to think that they just wussed out and caved into the lowest common denominator. They said it'd be a mix of style, folks. Why are you arguing every small little detail? If they would put shoulders on backwards, they could put shoulders on backwards. Who cares? And our final news tonight, a very sad note. Flava Dave has left that new toy smell. We bid him a fond farewell. There's just one problem, though. It seems like Pixel Dan keeps scaring these people away. Thanks, Dan! Just as we were getting used to him. You big jerk! Big Mac jerk attack. Jerky jerk. Alright, we're going to do a video review now. The greatest video reviewer in the history of that new toy smell, myself, has a line of Star Trek figures that were actually submitted to us by a fan. Are they any good? Well, they are dolls, but we'll see if they have any redeeming qualities. Roll it! You know, one question we get asked again and again and again here at That New Toy Smell is, why don't you review my favorite line of toys? How come you've never done a review on this line of toys or that line of toys? And the simple answer is, we don't own all those toys. Otherwise, we probably would. So one response that we often give is, hey, if you want to see us review something, send it in. Well, as it turns out, foreign member Jansen, whose real name is Mike, as it turns out, decided he was going to put his money where his mouth is. So this review is brought to you by Mike. Mike sent in this amazing Diamond Select Toys Star Trek USS Enterprise action playset with spin action transporter and a bunch of the figures. So today we're going to take a look at this retro action playset and some of the, well, they're dolls, but some of the action figures that go with it. The playset is huge, 2 feet long. Comes with the captain's chair, the console, 2 stools, and 6 view screen scenes, as well as the transporter action feature. And I have to say that even though I'm not a big fan of these dolls, this is a super awesome playset. Before we crack it open though, check out this awesome painting on the top of the box. I want this framed in my living room. Now, once you take it out of the box, you can see that the playset on the back has this painting of the USS Enterprise. And when you turn it around, here you have this little clasp to open in order to get the playset apart. Once you open it up, you can see that the bottom folds out to be the floor, and you have these 2 areas off to the sides with storage space on the right and the transporter scene on the left. The captain's chair, the console, the 2 stools, and the view screen. Now, this is made in that old retro style of having this padded plastic on top of cardboard, which makes it kind of difficult to film. So there is a lot of glare on here from the lights, guys, but I did the best I could. But one thing you can notice is that all of these flat panels have these drawings that appear to be consoles. And I have to say, it's not exactly show accurate. You can tell by the multicolored control panels and this giant control screen on the main console, but still, kick ass. Now, the captain's control chair here is made of 2 pieces of plastic, but honestly, that is pretty much how it looked on the show. He does have these 2 little control panel pieces by the hands there, and it really looks like it came from that original set. Now, the 2 stools are stools, and well, the guys on the show had chairs, but you got to do what you can when you're dealing with some of these old action figure playsets. And then this main console. Like I said, I'm not sure what this giant pop-up screen is for, but it actually looks pretty nice, even though it's hollow plastic in the back. Overall, it gives you that look and feel of the show. Now, the view screen does show static, but there are 2 hooks on the top, and it comes with a number of cardboard inserts that you can hang on there. You have to move the console out of the way, but there are several different scenes so you can play different scenarios. Like this one. Hey, let's talk to the broccoli-headed guy for a while. Or maybe you want to look at this planet full of peach fetus trees. Ugh. Giant kick-ass space battle! Here's Spock and McCoy on an away mission, oddly enough, without the captain for a change. I'm not exactly sure how debris rockets off from two giant planets colliding in space, but hey, it looks cool, right? And finally, the hands of God, watching over one of the most pathetic-looking little Star Trek ships in the universe. The heck is that thing? And, of course, don't forget about the transporter. You twist a knob at the top in order to make it spin around and 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 around, and then you press a button to make it stop. There's a trap door in the back that you open in order to slide your character in. Maybe a little incognito action on your part to get it in there, but basically the idea is that you snap them into place and you shut the door in the back, and on the top there are two buttons. You hold down the button for where you want it to stop, and when you give it a little twist, there he comes, transported in magically. He's gone. Where'd he go? Oh, wait, there he is. He's back. And no, wait, they keep transporting him back. He's here, folks. Oh, come on now. All the figures came in this reusable clamshell packaging, so you could open them up and take the figure out without actually damaging the package. And that way you could continue to store your figures in there, keep them safe. The back of the pack shows all the figures in this first wave, including the one that we don't have here, the Romulan. Mike just didn't have that one, and, neither did any of us, because they're dolls. So today we're going to be taking a look at James Tiberius Kirk, Mr. Spock, Leonard Bones McCoy, the ship's doctor, an alien, this is an Andorian alien, and a Klingon! Everybody run! It's a Klingon! Run! Here you can see the sculpt for Captain Kirk is actually a very good likeness. He's got a cloth outfit on with all the proper emblems and trappings thereof. He comes with a tricorder on his side that does have a plastic strap, so it does stick out a little weird sometimes. He's got a phaser down here, that one's still plastic banded on, and a little communicator on his belt. And you can see he does have cloth pants as part of the outfit there. And overall, I mean, yes, this is a doll, but that likeness is actually very well done and spot on. You can see in the back a little bit of back cleavage there because of the snap in the back doesn't always hold it perfectly. Let's try to be a little more modest there, Captain Kirk. You can also see a little bit of Kirk butt there if you want to. Just pull that right on down. There you go. Ladies, that one's for you. And if you look, his legs don't actually wear boots. That's the way the leg is molded. So he's got this weird kind of Darth Vader looking thing going on down here under the pants. But if we keep our modesty levels at the proper level, then you'll never have to worry about seeing his legs. The phaser does fit in his hand, and he does look quite debonair with it. Mr. Spock here, you can see the likeness is not quite as good as William Shatner, but it's still a very good likeness for the Vulcan. And overall, he's the same body type as Captain Kirk. The clothes are made the same, the cloth, the plastic waistband with the accessories. Everything else is the same as Captain Kirk, including the hand, which is a shame because he cannot do live long and prosper. He only has this regular hand here. And that's probably the one major fault that he has. Maybe if he came with a second hand that you could replace it with, then it'd be perfect. Now the likeness for McCoy, DeForest Kelly here, is just creepy. I mean, my gosh, they nailed him perfectly. Look at that nose. There's really nothing else to say here. I mean, it's the same clothes as Spock, the same body type as the other two. It's just the head sculpt is the only thing that's different. And boy, is that head sculpt fantastic. I have to say, though, that even though his likeness, I'd say, is even better than the likeness of William Shatner, that doesn't mean that Captain Kirk is going to give up the spotlight so easily. The Andorian here is trying to look tough, but let's face it, you can only look so tough when you look like a snork. But still, brand new head sculpt. His body is that gray color all the way through instead of the regular flesh tone. And you can see that he does have this incredibly different type suit on than the other regular Starfleet uniforms. It does have this kind of fake leather top layer to it, and then underneath you've got this cloth that looks almost like some kind of chainmail, some kind of thermal underwear. But for the most part, the suit looks pretty good compared to the way it looked on the show. A couple things to note here. His belt hooks on kind of like Masters of the Universe armor, and his tunic is all one piece of the leather and chainmail together, and his pants are basically a piece of sweatpants. So that's how you get his outfit together. Now his gloves can come off, and you can see his blue skin color underneath, and I'm pretty sure the boots come off too, but I don't own this, so I'm not going to tug hard enough to find out for sure, but I'd place a pretty good bet that those boots come off. And then finally, the evil Klingon. Look at that smirk on his face. Looks like he's happy he's so evil. Again, the face sculpt is pretty tremendous on this. The suit is made from actual boots that fit over the feet here. You can see the cloth going down the actual pant leg into the boots. And his pants are one piece. The tunic on top, even though it looks like it's two pieces, again, is only one piece. Comes with his own red phaser and red communicator. And his belt, again, snaps on like a piece of He-Man armor. But there you go. That's your evil Klingon trying to take over the universe. So what kind of scenario would you put together with these? Spock and the Andorian talking science, McCoy and Kirk trying to figure out what to do with the peach fetus trees, when suddenly out of the teleporter who should appear, but of course the evil Klingon. He comes in to attack, and Kirk springs up into his battle-ready mode, punches that Klingon in the face, and saves the universe. And then, once you're all done playing, you pack everybody into that spot off to the side, pick up the floor, fold it all together, get your little clasp attached there, and you can carry this away so that Mom can serve you breakfast. Frosted Flakes, they're great! So again, hats off to Mike, forum member Jansen, for sending in these toys for review this week. And remember everybody, if there's something you want to see reviewed, send it in just like he did. Because he got his name put into the show, and he's now part of the That New Toy Smelt.
Off? Okay. Hey,
What?
I'm sorry.
Sorry for what?
Being a jerky McJerkenstein.
Why were you a jerky?
I was a little over the line. I've had a really rough week, okay? It's been hard.
Oh, it's been a hard time for you? Hard time, Mr. I went on a cruise.
That was
I had fun on a boat.
that was like 2 weeks
You were on a
ago,
boat.
dude. I was on a boat.
Is anything better than being on a boat?
There's nothing better than being on a boat.
So what are you cranky for?
I'm just cranky.
You know, you don't owe me an apology. You owe them an apology.
For what?
For what? You just want me to walk out now?
Okay. I'm sorry. What am I apologizing for?
For being a jerk.
Okay.
Remember the whole Transformers thing?
I'm sorry.
Remember last week you dropped that F-bomb on the show?
When? I did that?
That was you.
I'm sorry I dropped the F-bomb and that I don't like Transformers and that I didn't see the shoulders on King Hiss and that I'm a jerk.
All right, then.
We better? We want to answer some questions?
Don't bump the mics.
You're my friend, Dirt. Okay. All right. So, fan corner time. Let's answer some questions and make a happy day out of this. Turn things around. All right. So, question number 1 comes from Insafiram on the forums, who asks, what are the top 3 most important factors that a new toy line has to have for you to be interested in collecting it?
Not be a doll would be number 1, I guess.
You don't like dolls.
No, I don't know. I mean, what's the most important thing? Like, what the line is, right?
It's obviously,
I mean, obviously that's number one.
it's got to be something that appeals to
it's
you.
NASCAR Heroes. No,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah, it's
You know,
Transformers. I'll pass.
Why?
I'm just okay.
All right, well, but yeah, I mean that's got to be number one, right? What
Yeah.
it is. Number two, I guess, would be price.
Price is a big factor for
I
sure.
love 3 3/4 inch figures, but if they're $27.95 a piece, I'm probably not buying them.
Probably exactly. Maybe scale. Maybe scale is another factor. As somebody for like you, scale would be a factor.
Yeah, I
because
don't like big,
you don't like.
oversized toys. I like the smaller, muscle size or 3 3/4 inch.
Okay, so there's three good factors right there. What the line is, style of the line, what's included in it, the price of the line, and the scale of the line. Those are good. Those are three good factors.
You're welcome.
Good job.
Thank you.
All right, the next question comes from Elvis. I can't
Whoa,
even do
the Elvis?
the Elvis.
The real Elvis.
Oh.
See, I've been telling you guys for years he was still alive, and you called me a liar, and he sent us a question.
He sent us a question.
So there. Now you guys need to send us apologies.
He says, "Hey, so what's going on, pretty mamas?" That's what he says.
I don't see pretty mama.
Oh, okay. All right. He says, "I'm a longtime viewer from Greece, and I have to say that your show is awesome and something I look forward to every weekend." Awesome. Thank you very much, Elvis. He says, "My question is, if you guys were action figures, what kind of figures would you be, and what would be your accessories, your vehicles, your variants, your exclusives, etc.? Could you imagine a Comic-Con exclusive That New Toy Smell figure pack of all of you? Keep up the good work." Action figures. I would be the most boring action figure ever. I mean, would anybody really want a figure of me?
Here's the
I mean,
Pixel
come
Dan
on.
action figure. Like overexcited, big eyes, maybe anime eyes.
Well, I was gonna say anime big. Ah.
Me is going to be passed out with a bottle of scotch.
C2E2 Dirt exclusive.
Killen is just kind of like frumpy, just whatever, man, whatever. And he'd be made out of Legos.
Oh yeah.
He'd actually take
so
them
it would just
apart.
be Legos.
He'd be
We
like
have to
that.
come up with some kind of like crazy exclusives and variants too. Like we've got to have like the C2E2 exclusive intern Rick, which is just an empty package because he disappeared.
Oh, good,
You know?
yep.
Yeah. See. Yeah. We got stuff like that.
Also, Elvis, if you're from Greece, I'll just let you know that my co-host for Comaholics, The Apocalypse, Eris Leopakis, he's originally from Greece.
Oh.
Yeah.
Awesome.
His dad was Grecian.
Sweet.
I don't think he was actually Greece. I think he was human, but he was from Greece.
Oh.
So,
Okay.
he's not like the muck monster. Just just throwing that out there.
I don't know. So action figure line.
Vehicles.
Oh, vehicles. Like my.
Well, Rick would be a mountain bike.
Oh,
right?
for sure.
Because he's got that bike.
Or a city bus that he could sit on.
Right.
Mine would just be a rundown Kia Sportage that barely gets me around.
Mine's a rundown 96 Mazda.
I'm telling you, this is not an exciting action figure line. You guys are not going to want to buy these.
I think actually, if the Dirt figure were to have some sort of exclusive action feature to it, you would twist off the head, and it's actually a flask that would hold maybe 6 to 8 ounces of hard liquor. So you just twist off the head, get a shot, put the head back on. Beautiful action.
I would buy one. I want one of those. That sounds awesome.
Loaded, so.
If they came loaded?
Maybe with different heads, different masks that you would screw back on.
Yeah, your figure would have a million variations because they would have different colored masks.
Right.
Like you'd have to have
do?
like the hard to find metallic silver mask variant.
This
and stuff
one's
like
green.
That. Yeah.
Buy the exact same figure with green.
Oh,
You
okay.
need flannels.
Yes, my flannels. I love flannel.
Apparently.
All right, next question comes from Superfire Dagwan. Who says, "My question for the week. I know that folks have asked what toy line not currently being revamped do you want to see next? But what line do you not want to see more versions of? Something that the concept or previous execution was just so terrible that it needs to stay dead."
Okay. Now there are times that there are toy lines that are bad, but they tried their best, but sometimes because of the subject matter or because it was a while ago, they hadn't perfected it yet. And I'm thinking like the early Jakks wrestling figures. If you remember, those early ones were really ugly, really bad, but they were trying. They just hadn't gotten there yet. But within that wrestling line, do you remember the Maximum Sweat figures?
Oh, yes!
These are the worst wrestling figures. I've said if wrestling needs anything, it's less homoeroticism, and there's something about oiling up This guy, they were big and bulky and oversized.
They had like a little bottle that you plugged in their back of water, right?
Right.
And you pressed it, and it leaked out of holes
Yeah,
in them.
and it just looked like they were getting sweaty, but it also kind of looked like they were getting all oiled up for a night in town. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, we gotta track some of those down and do
those
video with them.
That's a big thumbs down. We don't need any more of those maximum sweat figures. The other thing I was thinking of that was actually really terrible is when Kenner had the Batman line. And it was like every year they came out with the most ridiculous Batman figures. It was like Night Camo Batman, but Night Camo Batman was like bright orange Dayglow wings and green like bicycle pants.
Batman's famous for all those crazy variations.
Right. So no more of those crazy Batman armor things, and no more maximum sweat. What did you have?
Sounds good to me. I can't think of anything.
Nothing?
I was trying to think of like lines that they tried relaunching that just weren't successful the second time around.
Would you like to see the Com chip come back?
Oh yeah, there you go. The Comtech chip from Star Wars.
Comtech chip.
Yeah, bad call, Hasbro. Like I remember when that first came out, and I was like, "This is super cool."
I'm gonna buy 5 or 6 of them. They can all talk.
They're like they'll interact with each other and they'll answer each other. Lame. That's got to be one of the lamest Star Wars inventions ever. So yeah, pass on that. No more. I don't need talking toys. You don't need to do that. We'll skip that.
Talking toys. Wasn't that the name of your production?
Toy Talk.
And whose idea was that?
That was you.
Yeah,
that was totally you.
All right.
Okay, next question comes from B.A. Casino, who says
Is he related to B.A. Baracus?
Yes, absolutely, and B.A. Billy Gunn.
Wow.
They're all good friends.
Wow, good
they're all
call on Billy Gunn. Hadn't thought of that one in a while.
Says this is a question for Killen that I hope you can answer.
We'll answer for him.
I guess we'll answer. It says, I have been a long-time Lego collector, and I was curious if Killen will ever do any reviews for some of the Lego sets. Thanks again for making this an amazing site.
Well, okay, so apparently he's not a long-time viewer. Because Killen has done some reviews.
Killen's actually done quite a few Lego reviews. He's a huge Lego fan, as you know, obviously. But he's done a few episodes of That New Toy Smell have been dedicated to Legos. And he's also done several individual set reviews. He did the entire Lego Kingdoms line just recently. Did some of the Lego.com exclusives, like the Medieval Village. And I know right now he's working on some Ninja Go Lego reviews. So just stay tuned, look for the new ones, and just do a search on the site. You'll find all the old reviews he did. Next one's from Apocalytron5675, who says, why does Pixel Dan have bad morals, as Killen said, about Transformers?
Gee, Dan, why do you have bad morals, as Killen said, about Transformers?
Well, we have to keep bringing this up every single time.
Let me just ask you, do you actually hate Transformers, or you just never bought them because you never had money? You just never got into them?
I just never got into them.
Yeah. Well,
I've said this a million times. I don't hate Transformers.
So why do you hate Transformers?
That's what happens every time I say it. So, from here on out, I hate Transformers. Hate them. They're stupid. Next question. Jobber.
What GoBots you like?
I love the GoBots. Leaps and bounds better than Transformers. See, that gets them going too.
Especially ones that turn into rocks.
That gets for sure the rock
Yeah,
ones.
you beat me to death with one of those.
I
ones.
did do that. That was awesome.
Yeah, great continuity we have on this show.
So Jobber asks, this one goes to Dan. Now, I am not that good with numbers, but if Masters of the Universe Classics is getting about 18 new figures every year, and since the line is planned out until 2017, that means we should hit about 170 figures by the end of 2017. Do you think there will be enough interest left for collectors to continue buying past 2017 if Mattel decides to even pursue the line past that date? 2017 is far away from right now. That's what? It's 2011 now? That's like 6 years. I'll tell you what, that'll be impressive if Masters of the Universe lasts that long. Because the rate it's going right now, it's already outlived the 2002 line, and within the next couple years, it's going to surpass the vintage line. And for a line to last that long, I mean, that's impressive. You don't really see that.
To be fair, it's not the same as those lines.
That's
it's not
true.
In retail, it's not glutting store shelves.
That's true.
You don't have peg warmers, so to speak. A peg warmer for this line means it's available on Mighty Collector for like a day, as opposed to 3 minutes.
Right.
So it's a completely different type of deal. It's hard to compare. It's not exactly apples and apples.
I do think that as long as the I like
You
apples.
like them apples.
I do think as long as the interest is there, it's going to be fine. And I think, I mean, there's so many characters. Lots of characters from the original line people still want to see. Lots of 2002 remakes. Lots of characters from the cartoons that never made it into toy form.
Here's a good question for you, though. Okay. Next year, 2012,
Right.
The world is going to collapse.
Oh, yeah.
Oil is going to be $640 a barrel.
I forgot about that.
So they're not going to be able to do plastics like we think of now unless they melt down old toys and reuse them. So what do you think they're going to make them out of once plastic is no longer something that they can afford to make?
Well, I mean, since the world has ended.
Well,
or it's like a post-apocalyptic kind of thing.
Right, kind of like The Postman.
So,
you remember that fantastic
probably,
movie with Kevin Costner, best movie of all time.
Oh, yeah.
It's the Waterworld.
Like Waterworld.
Right.
Also, maybe they'll have one of those things where they just pee in the machine and
it makes a He-Man figure?
Yeah.
Oh.
Or like, apple cores and shrapnel and, I don't know, stuff like that. They'll find ways.
Maybe the problem Digital River is having with shipping the figures right now is that they're actually building a team of whittlers to take wood, and they're trying to figure out how the best way to whittle, Moduloc and Multibot out of wood.
That's what it is.
They're building
because they know by the time they get to them, they're going to need to do it that way.
Right. Because the Middle East will fall.
I think we've got this figured out. But actually, like, people are always wondering why we're not getting specific figures right now. Like I'm going off camera. Like, people are asking, like, I want my Ram Man, I want such and such core character. Well, the reason Mattel is spacing them out the way they are is so that there's always interest in the line. If they gave us everybody that we wanted right off the bat, and then the end of the line was all these side characters that only like 20 people are going to want, that's going to kill the line immediately.
So a character like Mosquito gets pushed out so that there will be interest in him down the line. Instead, they pop out characters like Optic that no one gives a crap about.
What did they say? Yeah. Oh, hey, wait a minute. I think he said Mosquito by 2014 or something like that, is what Scott said. But here's an interesting little note he added on there, too. He put, just a side note, at $20 a figure, excluding San Diego Comic-Con figures, times 170 figures equals $3,400. That is not including shipping costs, beasts, vehicles, weapons, packs, accessories, and the possibility of playsets.
And eBay market.
We're dropping a buttload of money on this line.
But it's an investment. It's like buying a car.
There you go.
You don't actually buy a car for $9,000. You buy a car for $1,000 down and $200 a month.
There you go.
You're buying $3,400 worth of Masters of the Universe figures at $30 a month. That's a value, folks. And if you order now, we'll throw in a weapons pack for free.
OMG! With an additional cost of $20. Okay, next question. Last question for the day is from Cavalier, who says, I was wondering if you guys or any of your partners in crime ever got into the Army gear line. I loved how you could play Army with the M16, the machete, the compass, canteen, etc., then break them down and open them up and play with the bases, forts, and vehicles with the little men that came along with them. One of the coolest was the Canteen aircraft carrier. It had 6 men, launched torpedoes, had an F-16 Tomcat. I was figuring since you guys have done playset videos like Mighty Max and Star Trek The Next Generation and Computer Warriors, this would be an awesome addition.
Yeah, I had some at one point.
Did you actually have some of those?
Yeah, I mean, I liked them. I liked them a lot, but it's just one of those things that didn't survive the years, and I just haven't really been able to track any down,
I actually completely forgot they existed until you sent me that question, and then it all came back to me, and I'm like, I completely remember that toy line.
So if anybody has any and you want to mail them to us, we'll be happy to take
We would love to do a video on them. Yeah, if we track something like that down, I guarantee we'll do a video. I guarantee this guy would do a video of something like that. He loves those micro play sets. So, awesome. That's going to end the questions for today's Fan Corner. So, hey, if you guys got your own questions you want to ask us, or anybody here on the Pop Culture Network staff, if you've got some fan art you want to send us, anything cool like that, just head on over to popculturenetwork.com and register for our forums. It's free to sign up, and while you're there, you can hang out with all the other geeks and talk about, wrestling with Dirt or toys with me or anything else you guys want to rant about or whatever. We got a cool forum for that, so check it out. And make sure you check the store. It's right there on the front page of the site. Just click store. We've got lots of great items in stock, including 2002 Masters of the Universe toys. If you guys enjoy the content that we produce, after this episode, I don't know, but if you still like
if you liked it up until now,
or if you maybe like what we're doing in the future, shopping at our store is the best way to support us. So definitely check it out. So until next week's episode, I'm the great Pixel Dan.
Jerk.
Okay.
I'm Dirt. Thanks for listening, everybody.
We'll see you guys next week.
Apparently they listen. They don't watch it. They
listen.
listen.
They too. They listen.
Whatever.